All right, well, let's go to warning first of all on the Australian Derby and race number 7, of course, known as the Victorian Derby winner in the spring. How's that horse's preparation going towards the Derby?
Yeah, he's just been building towards this race. This is the race that's been the target. He's just an out-and-out stayer, probably in the sort of the same mould as a horse like Vow and Declare, but not sort of at that level yet. But his runs have been very good right the way through. He's sort of just been on the heels of the place getters, and as he gets to his peak distance, then he's certainly going to be into his prime. He's just been disadvantaged by a couple of inside barriers. He draws 10 in the Derby tomorrow, and that's a good barrier for him. He's sort of a horse that needs to get rolling like he did in the Derby here and before the corner, and he doesn't have a sprint. He's just sort of grinds away, and if he can make it a real staying test, well, he's clearly the best staying horse in the race, we believe, and if he can make it the staying test and with a bit of rain today, then there's certainly, hopefully he'll find a few out, and he comfortably bet Shadow Hero in the Derby here. I know Shadow Hero's probably improved from there, and then there's Castavecchio, but they're the two to beat, but we're confident we'll run out a strong trip, and if he was to run well, we'd have no hesitation of pushing on to the Sydney Cup, so that's what we think of as a staying horse. So no, he's very well, and he'll peak for his run tomorrow.
Okay, well, let's move on to Santa Ana Lane, a horse I'm sure you love talking about, who lines up in the TJ Smith and looking to defend the crown from last year.
Yeah, this has been his target, his first short-term target. He was a pretty dominant winner of the race last year, and sort of gets similar conditions. It was stated before the Everest as well. Barrier 2 is probably not ideal, but he just about won an Everest from that barrier, so we've got no hesitation that it's going to be a concern. And there looks nice speed in the race with Nature Strip and that, and hopefully something can take him on and pressurise him, and the supers can get over late, but he's in really good order. Trial the other day behind Nature Strip was very good, and we can't fault him. So we're looking forward to getting him back to his best tomorrow, hopefully.
Move on to the Doncaster now. 2 chances here. First of all, Homesman, a horse who ran 7th fresh up in the Chipping Norton.
Yeah, he was really good. He just needed that run. It was his first run for us, and he's a big gross doing horse, and he needs a lot of work to get to his fitness. He's had another trial since then he came home. The trip back up there certainly tightened him up, and he'll strip a lot fitter this time. Unfortunately, he's drawn a wide barrier, but he'll roll forward a nice long back straight there at Randwick, and he'll position up in the first probably half a dozen. And if nothing's making a lot of ground, then he'll certainly be a competitive chance as a fitter horse here.
What was the wash up around Super Seth from last time to the races?
I thought he was okay. He got back behind Tiako Shark and was just left flat-footed when they sprinted. But if you go back and watch the replay and just watch the last sort of 100 to 75 metres, he's actually working to the line quite nicely. And Mark was of the opinion, Mark Zara, you'd have no hesitation in going to the Doncaster, a big field. They should probably go along a little bit quicker, and if he can draw a better barrier, which he has, he'll be able to position up a whole lot closer and get a softer run throughout. And we know what he can do. He's got a devastating turn of foot when he's at his best, and we believe he's back to his best. The team up in Sydney have sent photos through this week of him, and he just looks fantastic. He's just continued to improve it as we get into the preparation, and from that barrier he's going to get a nice soft run, and they'll fan, and hopefully we'll get a bit of clear room, and the wet track should be no issue with him, and he's poorly weighted. A horse like Brandenburg gets in with 50.5, and he's got 55, being a Group 1 winner. That's the only question mark, but he's a very talented horse, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of Kiwis cheering on him with him going in there to stand at stud after he's finished racing.